Okay, so next up is the Champion of Order. It says enemy level 13. Just want to point out one thing though here. Before you start the stage, it's a really good idea to check back in here. There is a catapult, and if you interact with this little spot here, you'll destroy it. So just make sure that you do that. It'll make this next battle a bit easier. So. Alright, anyways, let's get started here. It says, Zenoira clings tight to Drakenhold's plague-ridden Ompalast region, due largely to its bountiful veins of ore. Upon learning of their foul influence, the Liberation sets forth to see the area freed.
Not another step, if you don't want it to be your last.
Please, my family lives just a few houses over. If I'm going to die, I'd rather it be by their side than trapped like an infested bird in a cage.
All of you, back to camp. And those who've come into town, well, you know what happens next.
That's the last of the poor souls. Not a one slipped past us.
The day will come when we look back at this, all of this, and feel we made the right decision. It has to, doesn't it?
Another of your recruits, and from the same squadron, too. Most of them caught it on their way back to the encampment, or so I've heard. You had no choice, my lady.
Don't touch the bodies. I'll have an undertaker dispose of them as soon as I'm able. This foul disease has blighted our land for far too long. It may have ravaged half this town once before, but never again. No matter what that takes.
Some claim this illness is actually a noxious gas exuded from the mouth of any who speaks poorly of Zenoira. Yet others seem to believe it's a curse placed on us by the savage beast folk of the northern reaches.
Lunacy and hysteria, every word. Round up anyone that espouses these theories and snap them out of it. Similar superstitions took hold when the outbreak first arose 6 years ago, bringing complete and utter chaos with them. But I won't let it happen again. We'll quash the rumors and keep hold of what precious order we can. How fare the health inspections?
Not well, ma'am. Especially among the merchants. They take issue with our examining their wares at every border crossing.
Then they're free to take issue straight to the local jail. I'm sure the guards will be more than happy to lend an ear. Oh, and be doubly thorough with anyone approaching from the south. The spread down there is nigh unchecked, or so I hear.
Lady Hilda! The rebel army has been sighted in our vicinity, ma'am!
As if one pounding headache weren't enough. Prepare for combat, men! We must defend this fragile order at all costs!
Okay, our aim in this battle is threefold, Your Highness. Most importantly, we seek to seize rival Quarry. I guess it's Ravel Quarry from the enemy. Something like that. We must also capture the nearby town of Ompalast. Lastly, we will need to lay claim to Fort Newmont to the east. Not going to be fun getting over there, though. Look how many guys they've got holding down the road. All the same, the area's complex terrain should serve us quite well. Let us lure in our enemies and defeat them in one fell swoop. These rebels pour from their encampment like swine from a sty. No matter how grave this battle may grow, the infected must not be freed from their ruins, not under any circumstances. Could I have a word before set off? feel like that should be, could I have a word before we set off? Anyways, the sister I spoke of before is none other than their General Hilda. She once worked as a brave mercenary, but joined Zenoira a few years back, and was soon granted leadership of all Umbelast. I appreciate the chance to speak to her if you don't mind me asking. Capture all enemy command posts. Alright.
Day will be ours. We march. Onward.
To the skies! At your service. At once.
Witness true chivalry. What are your orders, my prince? At once.
This rose bears thorns. Have you need of me? By your command.
I've arrived. To me.
I shall teach you the lunacy of your ways. A lacking bout, frankly. I'll not let Clive outdo me, as decreed.
You face me. Victory grows ever closer. We march. The path is set.
I shall not shy from battle. Glory to the liberation! I shall not disappoint. Setting off.
This ground belongs to the liberation.
No mercy! It seems you've misjudged me. I stand ready.
Use a light feather here. Speed this unit up.
Nowhere
She's
is
got
too
a
far.
long ways to go
Sir,
to grab that item.
Your villainy ends here. Well fought. Onward.
Your will shall be done. I depart anon.
You face me. Victory grows ever closer. The time is at hand. To me. For the liberation.
Do you realize who you defy? Is that all? I'll not let Clive outdo me, as decreed.
what would you ask of me?
Just get rid of those barricades there.
Have you need of me? It shall be done.
Your villainy ends here. Well fought. We march. The path is set.
A futile endeavor. Vanquished. Your will
That's
shall
one
be done.
base.
At once.
Rebels march no further. Prepare to intercept at once. How about that, Captain? It seems we have a problem. The catapult's been destroyed. How did this conversation makes no sense? She's nowhere near where these enemies are. Clever little rats, aren't they? But what's done is done. March onward with everything we have.
I'll not let Clive outdo me. I depart
I mean, like, unless they're shouting from... I mean, this looks like a pretty decent distance.
A fortuitous find.
We've taken it as our own.
I shall not falter. According to plan. What would you ask of me? Setting off.
You face me. A fine bout. The time is at hand. To me.
I claim these lands for the liberation.
Come then. My legs grow heavy. Stronger than ever, we march. The path is 'tis ours now.
Oh, okay. No stamina restoration when we liberate that spot. Doesn't
me.
make that much sense.
You face me. Victory grows ever closer. The time is at hand. Onward. Fortune smiles upon us. We march.
Giant canopy.
The path is set. For the liberation.
Such cruelty. Why have all these people been shut away in these ruins? They're all horribly pale too, most likely due to the plague that's torn through the region. I'll administer whatever aid I can for now, but they'll need a dedicated healer and more once the battle is over. Let me help you. I have a bit of experience with illnesses myself. There's a dew of keenness.
I'll be taking that.
Beckoning bell.
I stand ready. At once.
Kind of lame.
Face me and be cut down. Dead and buried. At your service.
Alright, let's head on over to the bridge.
Understood. No mercy. Victory is ours. I stand ready. At once.
Come then.
Mop up the last
Fine bout.
couple forces here and then we'll be done. Oh, hang on. Oh, I forgot to
Your will
move
shall
her
be done.
to
as
the
decreed.
crossroads.
You face me. Well fought.
Done.
Run him down.
Do you realize who you defy? A lacking bout, frankly.
Alright. So yeah, Prim has a
What are
conversation
your
with
orders, my
Hilda.
prince?
So we'll do
At
that.
once. I have arrived. I'll not let Clive outdo me. As decreed.
Hilda. My own sister, striking to war with the rebels that defile our lands? Somehow I can't find myself surprised. Listen to me, Hilda. I need to speak with you, alone. Come then, I'll hear whatever words you have to say.
So, you've returned.
I have.
Come with me, Prim. Away from this plague-ridden place.
And forsake all those who suffer? They need the balm of faith, now more than ever.
I knew you would say that. But what can your unicorn do for them exactly? All of us stand equal before the maw of pestilence. Kings will perish just the same as beggars and thieves. And faith is but a bandage dressed upon a mortal wound. You saw what happened 6 years ago. How quickly this world can sink into turmoil without authority to guide it, without order.
Stop talking for a second and listen, Hilda. I've been looking into the source of this plague, and the people of the church actually found something. It was deep in the ruins not far from here. A vast array of poisons, each one more deadly than the last. That, and a stockpile of arms bearing the Zenoiran crest.
A valiant attempt to pin this on our benefactors. You should know better than to believe every whisper you hear on the wind.
This isn't some backstreet rumor. Go and see for yourself if you don't believe me.
Enough! Either you join me, or you leave. And should you aim to disrupt the order I fought so hard to maintain, I'll have to punish you just like all the rest.
Wait, please!
Okay,
What are your
let's
orders,
finish
Hunters?
this up.
You have my thanks. Your will shall be done. At once. A futile endeavor.
You drape yourselves in the cloth of heroes, yet threaten our fragile order with every step. 'Tis a crime I swear you'll answer for.
Hilda, must our path be stained with blood?
It would appear so. All that remains now is to walk it. How embarrassing.
Whoa.
You've missed!
I'll not be outdone. You'll be okay.
Fear not!
Try me! You asked for it.
It seems I've let my fervor get the better of me.
If I may. Huh?
Gonna cut you down! I am your shield.
Be at peace.
Swordsman's doing all the work.
Was never in doubt.
Yeah, Leah. Fight on for me, men. See this fragile order maintained. I'll convince you yet, Hilda.
Vanquished.
And there we get the silver trident, and that is the lightning shaker ability. Attack a row of enemies, inflict stun, physical and magical potency, both 100. That's pretty good. Should be all of them, Your Highness. Could issue a call for their general surrender. Elaine, I know. I'll decide our next steps after I speak with her myself.
I take it you're the leader of the rebels, then. Do with me as you will. But allow me to speak first, if I may. The matter is a grave one.
Our ears are yours.
If the people of this land flee for fear of violence, the disease that has tormented us without rest will spread elsewhere. I suggest you inform them they will not come to harm, and seal the trade routes in and out of the territory at once.
The casualties of this scourge pile high indeed, my prince.
Yes. Zenoira has gouged deeper scars than I expected. Chloe, do as she's asked.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Hey! Wait for me!
You speak with a liar's tongue, Prince. This talk of scars will only sow worry and hatred.
If I may, madam. 6 years passed. Zenoira's conquest was halted at this very spot. Try as they could, there was no breaching Dragonhold's defenses. How then, nigh 5 moons later, did their forces grasp victory from the cold clutches of defeat?
The onset of the plague, of course. The affliction has spread its tendrils far and wide, always arriving but a moment ahead of Zenoira's advance. It's far too convenient to be coincidence.
As if I'd be swayed by such ludicrous tales. We've spoken long enough. If you plan to cut me down, I'd prefer you just get on with it.
Hilda, there's no foe more troubling than a skilled leader who commands the loyalty of her men. Were you to fight us till your dying breath, those who champion you would surely do the same. The Liberation can ill afford keeping such an enemy. But we would gladly count you as an ally instead.
You would count me a traitor. Whatever your claimed grievances with Zenoira, my trident stands ever loyal in her service. After all, I could never hope to preserve order in my ranks if I changed course with every shifting wind.
Then you leave me little choice. I shall see you relieved of that trident and retained under our supervision until the disease is driven back once and for all.
So be it. Now come. There'll be no point in barring the roads if we don't do it quickly.
Right, got a Carnate Spear and a Magic Mine, which is honestly kind of lame. Yeah, people are talking about us even more now than now that we went and helped out all those plague victims. An extra 50 renown, okay. Hilda seems to have stationed herself in the ruins where her people were under quarantine. Maybe we could pay her a visit if we have the time. And yeah, we will definitely do that. Alright, looks like we need to go to this town. And make some deliveries. This town's regained a bit of peace, and it's all thanks to you, Prince Elaine. Gravekeeper boots, Liberator's bracelet, banishing pursuit. Follow-up attack a single enemy, removes all of the target's buffs. That seems pretty good.
Much obliged.
Some more dragon bone. Oh, don't have enough for that second one. I might have to go do some more farming. And I don't think I've got a guard for the moment. Yeah, everybody's stationed, but I think we'll be able to get Hilda to join when we go over here. Many able mercenaries have heard what you accomplished in Cornea and came here in hopes of joining your ranks, but enough about that. I myself am a Wyvern Knight, a class more than capable of dealing with cavalry enemies. Care to see for yourself? Like our cousins, the Griffin Knights were unfortunately quite vulnerable to archer fire. As such, you do well to keep an eye out for enemy hunters who may want to shoot us down. Huh. Wyvern Knights are not impressive. High evasion, attack, and physical defense. Okay. Effective versus cavalry-based foes such as knights, and effective versus foe with anti-flying skill. Okay. Alright, let's talk to Hilda. Elaine.
Is there something I can help you with, Hilda?
I wanted to thank you for seeing my wyvern back safely.
Of course. We'd been looking after it as best we were able, but I was told the worm would heed none but you.
He's as blindly loyal as I am, yes. Prim, it was all there, just as you said. Proof of their foul experiments, buried in the darkest depths of those ruins. Everything's grown quite clear to me now. Zenoira has wrought this misery upon our land.
Thank you for trusting me, Hilda.
And you, say you win, and cast off the chains that bind this land. What next? What becomes of Drakenhold?
We fight on, not only for the sake of this kingdom, but for of lasting order that rings out across Fevrith.
Order. That reminds me, that army of yours is little more than a disheveled tangle of limbs. You'll need far more agile battalions if you'll have any hope of overcoming Zenoira's might. Maybe you can start with one led by a talented worm rider.
Alright, here's the obvious choice. We would be lucky to have you.
If such a rider is offering to join, we would be lucky to have her. You'll make a fine addition, Hilda.
I suppose I could be persuaded then.
It's good to be joining you, Elaine. I'm so happy, Hilda, and relieved more than anything. Just as long as you don't expect me to go easy on you. You may be my sister, but you'll have to work like all the rest. Still as strict as always, I see. Right, Hilda has officially joined. Let's go station her back at town.
Order shall be maintained. I promise you that.
That's cute. Alright, some hallowed corn ash. Trade route is closed to all civilians, Your Highness, but you're still welcome to pass, of course. Okay. I thought we were supposed to be like limiting the spread of plague. It feels like we could be doing the opposite because of our special treatment. Anyways, that is pretty much it for this one. I'm gonna do some farming off screen. Just want to buy that. I don't know. It's like a dragon bone or dragon. What was it? Whatever. That great shield. But that just realized though. So I've traversed 50% of the map. So I'm actually going to head back over here to where the Atlas NPC is at, and let's talk to him and get a reward. If you hit 50% already, just give me a moment to copy this over. Okay, so we got mining passes and meal tickets. Okay. It's pretty lame. My wife adored traveling, but hadn't much sense for directions. Always wished for a fine map to guide her. And a fine map she'll have. Come back to me once you've hit 75%. I will do that. But, alright, yeah, I'm going to do my farming, do that off screen, and then we'll pick it up on the next one.